heck is a segundo volante? We aren't at the games yet, and let me move over to here. We aren't at the games yet, but we are at our youth intake, and this is pretty freaking good. Prospect Academy is our lower league youth team, or our lower league affiliate, I should say. But we have, well, 3 good players in our youth intake system. 4 if you count the kid who is 3.5 stars. We're going to look at him first. Claudio Lazar. 5'8", 125 pounds, strength 4, jumping range 4, concentration 4, positioning 2. He is a poacher with a first touch and a finishing. I can see that. His mentals are pretty solid, though. Other than the concentration and the positioning, that is not bad. Next up comes Alexandru Cristea. Midfielder who I'd probably train as an advanced midfielder. 1-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability. This is literally a few days old. I went upstairs and ate dinner and left the game running. It was completely idiotic mistake. Physically, solid. He can definitely get better at 15 years old. Mentally, I like the 16 determination. Again, another solid player mentally for his age. There's nothing to really be upset about there. I mean, the concentration of 5 is a bit on the low side, but you know that's going to go up. Technically, 10 crossing, 7 dribbling, 8 first touch, 7 passing. That's not bad either. Again, someone with potential. Eduard Negru, a defensive center back, 1-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability, 5'11", 141 pounds. Physically decent for a 15-year-old, 14 balance, 14 natural fitness, nothing else below a 6. Mentally, again, nothing outstandingly low. 6s are a bit on the low side, but you know those are going to go up. Technically, 10 heading, 10 marking, 15 tackling already? Wow. And last but not least, Gabriel Horvat. There's an advanced midfielder on the right. That's an interesting mix. He's only got a 5 balance, but physically he's okay. Again, another 15-year-old who is going to get better. The 2 determination's an absolute killer for me, as is the 3 positioning of 5 bravery. But an 11 aggression, an 18 teamwork, a 12 off the ball, an 11 flair, 8 crossing, 13 dribbling, 7 first touch, 7 long shots, 8 passing already at 15. Man, he strikes me as one of those players who, if he was able to improve, man, that's a big if, though. Let me get through these real quick. These are all the youth players that got released here. I don't know that they're... Usually if a youth player gets let go, it's because they've either graded out low. Yeah, see they're dropping Lazar to 3.5 stars here. I think 2 and 3 year contracts is all I'm going to be able to sign them to. I mean, there's some potential here. It's just a matter of... This isn't a save I'm getting really into the weeds on in terms of player development and that. Usually I save that for my single team saves. Because frankly, it's mentally taxing to be that deep into the details. And on many levels, I don't mind that. It's just the Journeyman save doesn't lend itself to that sort of player development and tracking. I think that's all we are going to sign right now. That said, we're still a couple weeks away from the matches. We're playing FC Rapid in the semifinal, so we are going to be back with that in just a bit. Well, we made the playoffs, and apparently you get 50% of your total points from the first league. So that leaves the table looking like this, which makes things a little dicier. The other thing that makes things dicier is this flippin' schedule. Games on the 5th, the 9th, the 11th, the 14th, the 17th, the 20th, and the 31st. You're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in 26 days. Plus, I've got these other 3 games before we get to the Champions playoffs, which I was unaware of. So, what are we going to do? Let's do this. We're already there. This episode is going to be voluntary and the first half of the semifinal against Rapid. Then we'll come back and do Craiovia and FC Rapid in the next episode, and then after that, we're just going to play it by ear. So I'm going to, you know what? I don't know how far away we are from that point, to be honest with you. I'll reach the yellow cards limit, so he is out for at least the next game. Always a fun time. Yeah, we've got voluntary coming up in 5 days, so we're going to come back for that in just a bit. Oh, look at this schedule. The schedule is nuts. We're playing voluntary, 2 days off, Rapid, a day off. Another game, a day off, another game. Wow, my guys are just going to be absolutely dead. The bad news is they're all good teams because they're in the playoffs. The good news is they're in the same boat as we are, so they're playing the same amount of games we are. So I know our depth isn't great, as in I've got a second team of really good players waiting on the bench. I've got a solid team of players waiting on the bench, but we're definitely going to be up a creek if we suffer any big injuries for any significant amount of time. I don't know. We're not going down. I think we're in no danger of being relegated. We're in no danger of being promoted because this is the top league. The question is whether or not we're going to qualify for European football. Now, the fact that we were supposed to fight bravely against relegation this year, anything resembling European football would be just an absolute bonus, and awe is out this game because of too many yellow cards. I think what I'm going to do is just make Pound. He's on the senior squad, so why is he? He's just still on a youth contract. Buzan's got to be on the bench. So we're playing voluntary today. It's our standard 4-2-4. Lujubic in goal, Nsiki, Badea, Katora, and Onea as the defensive back four. Where's Lusek? He's on the bench. Okay. Manea and Kostyuk as the midfielders. Kostachi and Panalik as the attacking midfielders. Sima and Balache up top as the strikers. We are playing at home. That's a little bit of a bonus for us. Francic to cross. Back to Francic. Up to Sherban. Over to Kanye. Out into space for Majtel to run up on. Dragomir to Nkang. Loses it. It's kicked away, but it goes right to Vladia. Vladia? Uh-oh. Oh, did we get lucky there? Lujubic came up, and Dragomir was forced to kick it faster than he wanted to and went wide left. Zemyarski from distance. Knocked away. Dragomir runs down the loose ball, goes left, gets it into Kang. Back to Francisc. Nkang. Francisc. Over to Sherban. Back to Francisc. Off to Nkang. Francisc. Zemyarski. Miku. Sherban. Dragomir feeds to Kang, and he puts it far post. Namsicki looked like he got in the way, but he didn't get in the way enough. So what was he doing? He should have just kicked it out of bounds or something. Namsicki on the throw-in. Throws it away, but Manea's going to run down the loose ball. Kostyuk out to Onea. Takes a shot, bounces off Vlad, goes right to Panalik, and he gets his 9th goal of the season. And we equalize not too long after. I thought Onea was going to try and cross it. I didn't think he was going to take the shot, but bounced off Vlad, went right to Panalik. If he'd missed that, I would have been furious. Manea from the throw-in back to Namsicki. He pushes forward, gets around the 1, gives it to Sima, back to Manea. Over to Panelik, who picked up an injury that I missed. Belache from distance goes just wide left. What's going on with Panelik? Groin injury. Just, okay, it's coming up on halftime. We'll take him off at half. Just hearing that makes me cringe. We've been better than Voluntari statistically, but I'll bring on Buzan. Buzan likes to be in advance. No, we're not going to bring on Buzan. So Popescu can play right? Yeah. Popescu goes in, but he likes to be an inverted winger. Support. Just at 70 minutes, no highlights since the half. I got a bunch of players that are kind of low. Belache, Sima. The problem is Au is out, and I don't know that I have a capable replacement for Ninsiki. That would be Onea. So if I move Onea to the left, and that'll let me bring... I thought I put Pound on. Did I not? I can place Sandrew there, but Sandrew is... Okay, he's capable. I could have sworn I moved Pound over. I must have hit something. Sima on the throw-in. Back to Onea. Over to Manea. Kostyuk. Sima. Feeds Onea. Centers it. Belache's there and he hits it wide right. It's 2 chances he's had now. He has not scored in a while, but we eke out the 1-all draw. Played most of the game in their half, and it didn't do us any good. Tell the guys they're unlucky because I don't want to upset them before this run of games. I'm reasonably Panelik 5 to 6 days. It's not going to take much for Craiovia to clinch. I don't know how many games are in the playoffs. I can check. Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Craiovia wins 2 more games, they clinch. Everybody else is fighting for second place. Okay, we are going to save it here, and then we will be back for the game against Rapid in just a bit. Well, it's the semifinal first leg. We're on the road at Rapid. We didn't get the Ostrava job. We came in second. Frankly, the interview was a bit weird, if that makes sense. A lot of the questions they asked didn't really match what I've done in my career so far. A lot of it was losing the fans and things like that. And it wasn't. I've never lost the fans. The ownership, sure, especially at Bacamaro, but I don't know. I did what I usually do. I went to the interview. I answered the questions honestly, and they came back and were like, "Yeah, we've decided to go with this other person," which is entirely fine. Just leads me to believe there's some behind-the-scenes stuff going on with the engine that just doesn't really make a lot of sense sometimes. Then again, it wouldn't be FM otherwise, would it? So we got 5 games in 9 days, it seems. And they're all important. We can't afford to really lose any of them. Draws are okay, but yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. It's going to be our standard 4-2-4 for the most part. We do have a little bit of rotation going on because of injuries. Belache is going to play advanced midfielder on the right. I need to switch Sima and Miovski. I don't know why the assistant coach does that. Konstantinescu to Bani to Bednar. Loses the ball, gets it back, crosses it in, somehow missed the pole, and the ball goes out. If that had hit the pole, it probably would have gone in. Onea on the throw-in. It's knocked away, but Kostyuk is not going to get there because Campore is going to beat him there. Crosses it in, knocked away by Constantu. However, Draghici is going to pick it up. Nadaye to Kurtanadze. Up to Sene. He dinks it. Constantiu is there, just absolutely launches it into a moon orbit. Good gracious. Suleiman on the throw-in. Kostacci to Manea. Lost the ball there. Kostic takes a shot and hits it hard right. Told the guys to focus, now they're all upset. Can't win for losing sometimes. When we go into half, the 0-0 draw, we've got 9 shots, 4 on target. They've had 6 and 1. So we've had our chances. We just need to make the most of them. Also need to watch out for the ball that got kicked into orbit there. On the corner rather, knocked away. Siene's running forward. My number 15 absolutely did not play it right, and we lucked out. Siene hit the post rather. Onea on the throw-in. Miovski back to Onea, crosses it in. Sima's there, but he can't get to it. Siene gets the carom. Matai launches it forward. Campore is there, but it's knocked back and forth. Ends up at Kostic's feet. His pass is weak. Ends back up at Banye's feet. Sully heads it towards... Good grief, it's like 1950s Route 1 English football here. Onea to Kostic. Back to Katora. Over to Manea. Out to Kostacci, who is fouled. Oh, good grief. You know what? We're going to let Sima take the shot. I don't have good penalty kick takers. I think like 7. I said Sima, but Onea put it away. So, okay, we're happy with that. Jeez. This game sometimes. Coming up on 60 minutes. We are going to get Katora off and bring on Lusek. Bernard on the goal kick just bangs it down the field. Constantiu heads it forward, but it goes right to Bedea. Bedea over to Suleiman. Sima to Kostacci. Kostacci breaks left, keeps going, centers it. Miovski tries taking a shot, but it bounces off the player. Balache's there, and he heads it over the crossbar. I've had more than one reporter ask me when Balache is going to score. My question is, I have no idea. Lord knows he's getting opportunities. On the throw-in. Ball goes through. Miovski's there. Bernard, a nice save. Gets kicked away. Sorry, I had to pause the recording there and help the wife out. So, has the ball. He's driving left. And he's dispossessed by Olari, who bangs it forward towards Bari, heads it down to Campore, who splits the defenders. And Zubik, a very nice save. Wow. And we escape with a 1-0 win on a Onea penalty kick. Suleiman ends up as player of the match based on his defensive performance, it looks like. Because Lord knows, no one really did anything offensively. It was a good win for us. There are times when I just really want to say that was horrible and just... Because frankly it was. Qatar reached the yellow cards limit, so he's going to be out for the next game. We got Sepsi coming up, and then Bucharesti, and then 5 days, and then we got the rest of the games coming up. So I'm going to save this real quick. We're going to come back for Craiovia and Rapid, and then Craiovia will be our last game. Yeah, that's what we'll do. 2 more episodes, 3 tops, if we beat Rapid and get to the finals. So, yeah. The game against Voluntary was just frustrating. The game against Rapid was frustrating too, but for entirely different reasons. We're missing too many chances. Players are missing too many, I don't want to say guaranteed shots, but high percentage shots. So, it's just... my tarot was left in my hair if I wasn't wearing the hat. Plus, our end of the season performance has not been the best. I mean, with all the draws and the loss against Bucharesti, that really kind of set us back. We haven't really recovered from it. So, I mean, we're not losing games, but you're not going to get far just on, 1 point alone. So we need to step it up a little bit, maintain this position. Third is European football. If we fall out of it, we fall out of it. Currently, we're tied right now because we beat FSB earlier in the season. Maybe. But that's where we stand. So, going forward, well, we're not getting relegated, and that's a good thing. We might get European football. That's a good thing. And, I don't know. We'll see if there's any nibbles in the summertime job-wise, but, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. If you did like what you seen and heard, please have a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. I am FM Jellico, and I thank you for watching.